Hey agave lovers, welcome back to the channel. My name is Lucas and today is part 2 of Agave Weberi. In the first episode, we started with the Weberi and we talked a little bit about what we had planned to do, and we took out the Agave Guingola as well as the Agave Salmiana ferox to make room for this beauty here. This has since outgrown its spot here outside the fence, and I knew it was going to get quite large, and I knew that this was eventually going to happen. But I want to make sure that I get this plant out this year because it does grow so quickly, and I don't want it to be too big before I run into more problems that I'm already going to have getting this out. So today, we are first going to start with trimming the leaves on the bottom to get some more area down here for me to get the shovel down in here. And I want to be careful because I might have, I found another one. I think I found another one. Maybe it's the one that I already know of. Yeah, it's the one that I've already seen. But anyway, I want to be careful because I might have some pups hiding under here. And this is one of my most popular plants that I sell on my plant page. So I want to make sure that I keep these pups intact that I see. So I'm going to trim up the base of these leaves first, get it ready to come out, and then I need to prep my hole. And I will show you that part. I had talked about probably just skipping that, but I'll show you the whole process from start to finish. So I will prep that hole and show that to you as well. But first I want to prep the plant. So I want to get the leaves cut and set those aside and dig around it, get this ready to move. Then I will go over to the hole, get that dug, get that ready, and then finish getting this out of the hole and moving it. So first, let's use some eye protection here because this doesn't have a lot of teeth like I've talked about in other episodes. This has very few serrations, so even less than the blue flame. This just has like maybe every 3/4 of an inch. There's a tiny little spike here, but very, very small serrations. My glove barely even gets caught on them. So the tips can be quite pokey, but not as bad. They're large. It's almost like an Americana, but maybe even shorter, probably about 3/4 to an inch long. Very soft leaves. So I want to be careful. So that's what reason why I'm going to pull some of these leaves off. It's such a beautiful plant. So I want to be careful as I can with it. So let's get started. And as you recall, in the last video, the first video, part 1, when we were cutting the Guingola, we don't want to make contact with the open leaves. So when we cut a leaf off, we don't want to get that on our skin. It's very itchy. I have a bottle of hydrocortisone in the garage because it happens that you do sometimes make contact. So we want to be as careful as possible. So let's get started. Let me see here. I'll probably start here and wrap my way around. But to make sure that I have battery throughout this whole thing, I'm going to hit pause real quick and walk around to make sure this is where I want to start. Okay, actually, I think I'm going to start back here towards the fence. So just want to be careful here. I got this octopus agave behind me. We'll start with this leaf here. Beautiful leaves. Some dead ones too. So far, I don't see any pups, which is unfortunate. I only have that one in the front. Okay, there's another one. Ouch. Okay. So far, so good. These leaves are so beautiful. Okay. My friend Sarah owns the sister of this plant. So I think probably 2019, I got two of these together. The one that I sold to my friend Sarah, she has that one, and that one was a lot more beautiful than this one. Ooh, look, got myself. It had a lot of even variegation, a lot of yellow on the plant. Very beautiful. I had planned on keeping that one to produce a lot of pups to sell and to keep for myself, but I ended up letting that one go and planted this one for the same purposes, to let it pup, also just to be in the yard and grow into a beautiful mature plant. But you know, part of me is really sad that I did let that other one go, but I did let it go to a friend, and it wasn't doing so well when she first put it in the ground last year, the year before. So I gotta connect with her and see how that agave is doing. There we go. Okay, a few more and we'll be good. And that's when the hard part starts. I get at these strange angles here. So we want to be careful. I don't know if you can see it from here, but we've got this pup right here, and we want to make sure that we take care of that. There we go. It seems like there's for every live one that I cut, the next one is a dead one. So looks like I have 3 more to get out of here. Of course, it's the hardest 3 too. All right, get this one first. Oh, ouch! Ooh, right into my leg. That is going to leave a mark. And some people react differently to agave pokes than others. I don't react too badly, but I did get I got agave Americana in my kneecap, and that was very painful. And the night after it happened, I couldn't get out of bed. I had to wake my wife up and have her help me out of bed. It's just like my leg wouldn't even work. So that was the first time that I had sort of a reaction to the spines. Hopefully I don't have one. Got me just above the knee, kind of in the lower thigh. Last one. Okay. I think there's a dead one back here, but I don't know if I can get it. Okay. Man, I have a feeling this thing is going to be so hard to come out. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is get this pup out so that I don't hurt it. So here we are. There's the pup. We're going to get that out. Don't forget to clean your tools. Probably just need this little shovel here. We want to make sure we get as many roots as we can. This is growing into the clay, the hard clay out here. So just want to be careful. There we go. Didn't get any roots, unfortunately, but lots of irrigation. It's quite nice. This will do well. I'll get this. What we want to do is, since we don't have any roots on this, there's no roots at all, we are going to pull off these. I'm not going to do it right now, but we'll pull these off. We'll expose the nice white underbelly here. We'll clean that up. We'll get a 1 gallon container. We'll prep it. We'll fill it full of dirt and get it ready to plant. And then we will basically dip this whole area here. We'll cover it in root hormone, that root hormone powder. And that's in my description. At the bottom of my the video there in the description, I have a lot of affiliate links there. And it's a root hormone I've been using for years. And look, there's a little rock that's in here, embedded in here. And so yeah, we'll root powder, put this in the 1 gallon container, and don't water it. We got to keep it as dry as possible because there's no roots here for it to drink. So we got to make sure we plant this when it's dry and let those roots come out on their own. And once they do, then we can start watering it. So probably in about 2-3 months time, we'll start to water this. So score. So in part 1, I talked about how I would probably leave off camera the digging of the hole and preparing this area for the Agave Weberi that's going to go in here. But I think I will. I'll just show you the whole process from start to finish. So in part 1, we got rid of the Agave Guangola as well as the Agave Selmiana ferox. And we got those out. And now we are going to take the nice dirt that was in those holes and we're going to put that dirt in a pile. And some of this topsoil too is quite nice. So we're going to get all this up here. We're going to break up the all this clay and the rocky dirt here. And we will fill these holes up with the dirt that we take out of here. This hole I need to be quite large for that Weberi. That's a big plant. It's going to require a pretty large root ball. It's been in ground, I think, for 4 years. And it's going to be really hard getting that up. So I want this hole to be nice and big because I really want the root base for that Weberi to have a lot of nice dirt for it to grow and be healthy. So let's go ahead and get this area started. And let me move the camera just a little bit, just so you can get a better view of what's going on here. Okay, let's get started. Big old root, probably about this big around. Okay, well, it's not where we are planting, so that's good. You might be thinking, that's a pretty big hole. Well, it is a big hole. I'm gonna really amend this soil quite well. I'm gonna get some nice loose gravel in here in the bottom so that the Weberi has a lot of drainage underneath its root system. And so I'm gonna make the hole really large. When the bottom is gonna be very, very coarse soil, a lot of lava, a lot of pumice. And then, and as it's the dirt that's on the bottom coarse, and then a lot of the dirt around the roots will be a little bit more organic. You know what, maybe I'll just use this right here. I'm just gonna put some of this nice soil in it. This is already quite coarse. A lot of this is some 1/8 granite and some lava rock. Put it right on top here. Move it around a bit. And then I think we're ready for, I'm gonna put some organics down. I think I have 1 bag of organics left, so let me go get that. And then we are ready to start extracting that Agave Weberi. Okay, here we are. We're gonna put some organics in here. So this is the Miracle Grow cactus palm and citrus soil. Definitely not a sponsor of the channel or anything like that. But I just wanted to show it to you because sometimes I use this as just an amendment. I don't use this in a pot with plants on its own. This stuff it just really dries out really quickly, and I don't know. It doesn't have enough anything coarse in it, so it's, to me, not great for cactus or other succulents, or agaves, of course, on its own. But it is okay if you want to add just a little bit of organics to your mix here. And right now I have a ton of coarse, lots and lots of coarse stuff. This is stuff I've imported to the yard. So I'm just going to mix it in. And then I think what I'm going to do is put some of it right here. I don't know what that is. Look at that. Sometimes you get treasures in these bags. Jeez. Whole bunch of stuff. Just gonna put some of it to the side. Yeah, let me make sure this is where I want to put this plant. Okay, so I've got about, from the center here, I've got about 4 feet towards the electrical box, and I've got about the same, maybe even a little bit more than 4 feet this way. I've got about 4 feet to the fence and lots of space this way. So this is a great spot. This is going to give me, I would say that's 7 to 8 feet wide. That's plenty, and it's perfect. After that, I guess since I've amended this soil, it is ready for the Weberi. So we already trimmed up the Weberi, and we will next extract that and get it into this hole. So that's coming up next. So here we are in the morning. Last night we left off where we prepped the base of the Agave Weberi. We cut around the bottom with the leaves. We took out a pup. We made sure there were no other pups in the area that we might trample once we start digging this up. And we also prepped the hole as well. So we got that dug and got that ready. This morning, I brought out some extra dirt out of the garden, out of where I had tomatoes. We no longer have any vegetables in there, so I borrowed some of that, some of the organics, and we'll mix that up with some coarse stuff, and I have some DG that I mixed in as well, decomposed granite. So we'll use that as some more soil for this. And last night also, just around sunset, above here, I've got a little step ladder, and I watered it, and I put it on the high pressure setting, and I really watered inside and around the agave, around the base. I really soaked it as best as I could between all the leaves and really tried to loosen up the ground, because I think this is really set in here quite well. So I wanted the water to kind of help loosen some of that soil up to try to make it a little easier to extract. So today we'll finish up with part 2 by getting this out, but we're not going to plant it yet. We'll save that for part 3, but I'll likely still film part 3 today, because I don't want this just sitting here for a day or two in this hole. So I want to get this out and then finish prepping the hole, the space, and then get this in. And then with part 3, we'll go ahead and get it in the hole, get it all set, and make that all look quite nice over there. And if I have time or not with part 3, since we'll have an open space here, I do have a striated Americana. I talked about it. Maybe I didn't talk about it in a prior video. Perhaps I did. Anyway, I do have another Agave Americana, a striated one, really beautiful, that is too close to another one, and I kind of want to just get that one out of there. This is a perfect spot for it. So that plant will get large, probably as big as this one, but it'll do a little bit better in this spot than this one here. This one I really want to treat it as best as I can, and by doing that, having a little bit of shade from this tree above and having all of that space that I have for it, it's a perfect spot for it. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to make sure we're still rolling, and we'll go ahead and get the shovel in there and see how hard our day is going to be today. So let's get started. Let's get the shovel in here and see what we're up against. I've got a pup here. I think it's from a Somniana that I had here before. I keep stepping on it, but I hope I don't completely trash that little pup, but okay. I want to be as gentle as I can because I don't want to mess up these leaves. Okay, here we go. All right. Now this is going to be quite the process here. Okay. This is a really nice soil. So we'll save it for the Americana that will go in here. Ouch. Oh, that's not too bad.
Very good. You have a big
Good morning.
good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
This is aloe vera,
Yeah, this is a Agave Weberi.
not aloe vera.
No, Agave Weberi,
You
and
will change it, put it another place.
it's gonna go right there. Yeah, it's gonna outgrow this space right here. So we're just gonna move it over here.
If you want, can I help you?
No, I'm good, thanks. Thank you though.
Same.
That's a Titanota.
Oh,
So these are all agaves, all of these.
oh.
So, well, this is a cactus. This is euphorbia. Back there I got cactus. There's an aloe back there. But all of the big stuff you see here, these are all agaves. Yep.
Very expensive.
Yeah.
It's because like this. Okay.
Yep. All right, man. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's get back to it. That was just my neighbor stopping by. He lives on the other side of me. If you tuned in for the olive harvest, they're the house right next door. And they're from Pakistan. Great neighbors, great family to have next door. He does a lot of the gardening in the backyard too. So we typically share our vegetables and whatnot. And he was just asking me what kind of plant this is. And I always like to spread the word on agaves. So, okay. And you probably saw just a moment ago that I really got a lot of progress on this, and it's really coming up. And it's not going to take much. A lot easier than I had thought. So I'm just going to cut around it with the shovel. I feel some parts here. Okay, I just don't want to break all these leaves up, you know. But so far so good. A lot easier than I thought. Just a few more, I think, back here. I haven't done this side yet. And I think the challenging part is going to be of ultimately how I get this out. So I don't have a lot of real estate to rock it forward. As you can see, it's already leaning forward a lot, but I don't want to break any of those fragile leaves down there. And if I rock it back this way, I've got the fence to contend with. So it's as far forward as I want it to go. I'm going to dig some more of this out back here and then try to get under the front there and rock it back this way. And hopefully by then I can have a better idea of which leaves or which roots are still connected here. Okay, octopus agave, you're getting in the way. That was a good one. Okay, so I'm going to make sure we're still rolling, and I'm going to get a little drink of some coffee here. Okay, I'm going to come around this side here one more time. And right below me here is an agave, agave Somniana crassaspina or crassaspina. Not the butterfingers, but you can tell by the ends of the terminal spines that kind of curl up like a tulip. The butterfingers are a little straighter at the terminal spines. Okay, I think it's about ready that I try to give it a pull and see if this is coming out or not. God, I have such little room to work with here. I want to try to not hurt my back. So we'll just take our time. So right now I'm just digging under the root base here, trying to make sure that all these roots are out of the ground, in which they are not. I'll try to do as much as I can while the agave is in this position, and then I'll rock it back. There's a bunch of mealybugs on the bottom here. And that's what my friend Sarah on the striated Weberi agave that I gave her, she was having a lot of problems with mealybugs when she first planted it, so I need to connect with her to see how well it's doing now. Okay, let's rock this back. Okay, we just got to get under here This is when it helps to have safety glasses that aren't sunglasses, because well, I want to have safety glasses on, but I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, I think that's about it. I just gotta figure out how to get this out. Okay, I think I'm going to grab it from the base and pull it out this way. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do first, because I think this is an important shot. I want to make sure we're still rolling. Okay, here goes nothing. Here goes everything. Okay, come on. Are you coming out? No, we still got some roots connected. Okay. That might have done it. Okay, let's try it again. Yep. Okay, plant, stay together. There we go. Don't break leaves. There we are. Job well done. Okay. Once I rock this over, I'll assess the damage here. Hopefully it's not too bad. A few scrapes and bumps, that sort of thing is absolutely no problem. If we can keep it just that, then that would be great. I don't see myself picking this up. It's very heavy, so I'm likely gonna have to drag it, and I can't even get it into the wheelbarrow, so I think probably the easiest thing to do would be to just to drag it. So I'm gonna work out some of those details, but for now, let's just sort of recap what we did today. Well, so far we only really just got this out of the ground today, but in the first episode, we started here with the Weberi, sort of describing our game plan. And then we went over to the Guingola and we extracted the Guingola. And then we came back over to the Weberi and we cut the base of the leaves. Went back to the Guingola area and we dug the hole and prepped it for this. And just now we just finished getting this out. So I would call this probably the end of part 2. And with that, we will start with part 3 in just a moment. And that is going to entail me getting this into the hole. I want to show you the whole process of me dragging it over there. I don't want to skip anything. You always see on YouTube videos where they skip like the important stuff. And I don't want to do that. I want to show you the labor that's involved and show you kind of, you know, the dirty work too. So we'll get that into the hole and get it all looking nice and tidied up. And once we finish with that, we'll give it a nice water. Of course, it's always my favorite part. And if we have time, we are going to take the Agave Americana out of the ground over there and get that into this spot here. We have plenty of dirt to work with, so we're good to go there. I want to thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you can get updates to my latest updates, and give it a like if you found anything interesting, and we'll see you again real soon. Thanks again for stopping by, and take care, and we'll probably see you in about 15 minutes as soon as I have a quick breather and some coffee here. So thanks again, we'll see you soon.